when the pain won't split. Any crisis in your life, in your life. Any crisis in your life, he's the
That should be better. How is everyone doing? Sam Tolbert, Sound of Joy Music Service. Here I go, starting my whole conversation and forgetting to clip on my wireless microphone. So let's pull back to where we started. Sam Tolbert, uh, music creator. I like to call myself AI musician using the power. Just adjust this camera over. Should have done this first, using the power of AI to create music and then to be able to play along with it if though I had an actual full band with me. This is what happens when you're not monitoring like I usually do. Just turn up the just turn up the vocals on my iPad, which is supposed to be monitoring this music you heard. So this is where I get an opportunity to show some more techniques about when you're playing with an actual band versus playing alone. Every song that I was able to create in the Suno world, which means it put together the full production, did not have me playing with it, although I created the initial demo track for Suno to have as a template. Sometimes it changed some of the chords on me. I said, it's okay because it's all together. So you're gonna get an opportunity to see me play along with some of the Suno tracks that I've created in the past and give you a demonstration of what it's like from my standpoint to be able to find a niche within a band setting where you're not overplaying, but you also are part of what's happening. So we're going to bring up this scene. Okay. Sorry for my camera. I'm moving it around so that I can be in the view. There we go. I want to bring up one of my productions I've done on Suno. It's 51 songs now and growing. Let's bring up the doxology. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. In done in a church style, but this the Suno put it in a more like a concert feel. I believe I did this one in D flat. Let's see. Okay, so it uses piano there. So let's switch our sound to vibe. Oh, C. So this is the kind of fun that I can have. Welcome, Terrell. I can have musically. What you're doing, some covers, skill and so on. I buy Team Casey modded to see you did it before, but it wouldn't post. Let's see if I'll touch on that Song of My Life by Jim Casey and B flat modulated to C. You did it before, but it wouldn't post. Not sure what that was. I have to go back and look at it. Let me turn off something here. Turn this off. There we go. So I'll see if I can cover that. So what this technology allows me to do, number one, to create songs I could think of. I can think of a song right now and have it created fully as a full song within 2.5 hours if everything goes well with the actual prompting. But this other way that I'm doing this now allows me to go back and to play along with the music that has been created. Let's see. The I Thank You, Lord is an instrumental song I did, and I did this for Thanksgiving. Suno created, not only did it create the song, but it created an actual instrumental track also. So I'm going to play along with that instrumental track, put me back into the piano mode. And again, this is what today's technology allows any musician, and by musician, that means that you have honed your craft to be able to decipher what all these notes sound like when they're put together in a particular style or path. Here we go. I remember the chords myself. And on the sixth. All in the scales. This is warming up for me. Get my left hand in place for the chords. Left hand should have to know how to get chords. It also hang right there. Oh, the 1 to the 2. 7. It changed that chord on me from what I originally wrote. Now I'm going to stop this. I'm going to go back and see what chord did it change it to. What is this chord? That's the chord I put in there. Now, all these chords, I can hear them when I'm writing a song, when I'm using AI to craft how I want the song to sound. I can hear those chords first. But now to hear Suno remap or add to or enhance, now I got to stop and go, oh, wait a minute, how come I didn't think of it like that? Let me see. And go back to the 6th. And as you can see, I'm playing right down the scale. When I create music, I'm thinking scales first, because that's where my melody is going to be built upon. Then I'm thinking the chords that I can associate with the scale melody. And because in each note, every note gives me a whole plethora of chords I can pick from, then of course you add the what vibe are you doing. In this case, I wrote it as an actual R&B vibe versus a gospel vibe. Why? Because I can do that. After years of listening to so much music, I can pick and choose what style I want to actually put there. This is what my site, let me just change my view here. This is what my site is about. It's not really teaching you how to play chords. It is teaching you how to create music. And when you learn of the principles of how a song is created, you will never have to ask anyone, especially me, to break down a song for you, because you will know where it is found in the scale of music. It's either going to be in one of 12 notes, and then in those 12 notes, there's going to be a generic chords, which is the number system assigned to it. And then there's all the extended chords, the plus, the diminished, the minor sixes, the 6 chords, the 7th chord, they're all going to be assigned within that scale. So everything builds on everything else. And when you get the building blocks, basically the knowledge of the theory behind how music is constructed, then you can listen to any song based upon how well it's produced and pick out what you need to know, especially if you're just a piano player. If you're an organist, you're going to pick out the organ chords, which are just piano chords played on a different instrument. You're going to pick out the bass parts, which are just piano bass notes played by a bass. It becomes general knowledge once you have it. But if you don't have the general knowledge, the basic, those are the low notes, that's the middle, those are the high. That's for me, that's the basic knowledge. That is for you to be able to know where the notes are found that you're hearing. Then you go and you find those notes in relative to, does it sound like this? Does it sound like that? Okay. Okay, is that a key of F or is that the key of C? It's both, because that note, that chord is assigned to both C and to F. But it can also be in B flat to give you a different tone. That is the general knowledge of understanding music. Get the basics down, and then everything else will fall in place if you keep the basics first and then build upon that. Technique is that other thing. If you haven't practiced technique, and that's technique that you can't put in a number system. That comes from, as they say, practicing with a purpose. If you want to be able to play like a classical player, you have to practice like a classical player. If you want to play like a jazz musician, you have to practice like a jazz musician. It all basically builds off of where you want to do musically. And if you want to do everything that every musician can do, you won't have much of a life because you'll be spending a good part of it practicing. All right. I wasn't going to do any requests, but we'll look out because, again, I always like to acknowledge those who do put comments in because YouTube loves it when they see a comment. So we're going to look at a Song of My Life by Calvin. By KCJ, B flat. If I covered this before, the song is not registering with me. Well, let's see what it sounds like. There it is, KCJ. Let me just make sure I've got it muted so that YouTube does not come after me. Yes, it is muted. I never looked at this song before because it doesn't show that I paid attention to it. I always go to the album version, never to the live. Just listening to it. Key is C. Oh, B flat. I'm just listening to the song. Okay, so again, I'm hearing so much in the song. I'm hearing a island type of a thing. I hear some southern type of thing, which is CCM, and then I'm hearing like a EDM bass. But this is the bassist chord. That's your bass line chord. That's what I'm hearing in the chords already. see, 4. I'm listening for the bass notes. That's your number system. Okay, let me go back to the beginning. I made my decision. Chord. So we got the 4, 3, 6. Decision. So the 2-5-1, 2-5-1. C7. 5, 1, 2, 5, 1. And the chords are this low. As I'm listening to it, they're right down here, which is within the B flat major scale. And what you're looking for when you're learning a song is what are the easiest notes to find first. The easiest notes to find are ones that's in the number system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to 1. Especially when they're down this low. There's your extension or inversion of the 1. Root, first, second. And then you give them that tension right there. Again, these 3 notes chord are in the scale, but this is the added note to give you that bluesy sound. And then to the 4, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Yes, when it gets down this low, it will get muddy down here. That's why the less notes you play, the better you can make it sound. You don't want to be doing this, but you want to just spread it out. You gotta split it out. All right, let's see what else is happening in the song. And I can't let you hear it for YouTube copyright reasons, but I can hear it. Okay. There's the next change. All they did was change. Again, you've got to be able to hear that this chord is in the major scale. The only change is the bass note, flat 7 in the case. Let's go ahead a little bit more, see what we got here. All right, there's the gospel turn. 4, 1, 7, 3, 6. These are the Hawkins chords. And when you look at these notes, major scale of B flat and the major scale of B flat. This chord is in the major scale of B flat, but this note is not. That's why you get that turn to the sixth, which is in the major scale of B flat. I really can't stress how much scales are so important to learning any song. I can listen to a song and know from what the path of the notes are. If it's in a major or minor scale, a diminished scale, I can listen to it and go, okay. So when I go to the piano, because that's what I practice all the time, so that my ears can be attuned to it, it becomes second nature. This allows me to change it if I want to. Let's see what happens from here. Okay, how they come out of that? Okay, you are good forever. Scales. All that comes from practicing scales. So, to our requester, Hezekiah, those are your baseline chords. So now I'm going to look to see what changes. That's going to probably repeat. Just listen to it. Made my decision. Repeats. So this is the actual, I'll call it the actual chorus. If you're listening to the production I'm using, it's the 117-minute mark. Repeats the chords. But I'm coming. This is the vamp. Okay, so the vamp has got you here. Again, the notes are very close to where the scale is. One note. That's going to give you that, what is that, the 2-minute and 49-second mark. Let's see what changes. Oh, I think you said it goes up. So when it modulates, that's why you practice scales. So that when you get to another key, which now it's in B, It's the same notes in a different key. You hear half a step up. When it goes to C, so what you're looking for is this kind of a thing. It becomes that much easier after you've practiced in every key to make those kind of changes. So let's get it up to the key of C. Let's see if anything changes up there. All right, so that's to the end of the song. So the same patterns, same chords I showed in B flat is what's being orchestrated in the key of C. I often try not to give you a full breakdown, but to give you 60% of what's covered, making you, and that's what I purposely do. Go back to the song with now armed with some more chords and the actual feel for those chords, so that you can learn the song better than I can teach it to you. So that's your breakdown there. Back to what we were schedulally doing. Let's go back and look at one or two more songs that I've created, and I can actually demonstrate the concept of playing with that song. Go back here. So let's see, what are some of the ones I like to do? You heard Christ is the Answer when I started up. Let's go to the testimony song. Where is that testimony song at? Don't quit. Where is it? I got a testimony song in here. So many was done. Where are you? Lord, I can't start worrying about everything. Where are you at? I'm not worried. There we go. Now I believe there's piano in this one, so I'm going to do 5. I believe it was done in E flat. Let's put a little bit more oomph on it. This is what technology has allowed me to be able to do now. I'm going to play with music that I created and then enhanced with the SUNO.
Lord, I can't stop worrying about everything. I'm not worried about anything. Lord, I can't stop worrying about everything. I'm not worried about anything.
Okay, you can't see what I'm doing.
I've been through storms and rain.
Get happy with my own music. So what happens in this type of music? Shh, quiet. I have to make sure I turn down because it's all a actual playlist. Music, especially gospel music, you're going to find so many elements of jazz in certain types of songs to where if you don't have an ear for what a style sounds like and then apply that to your practice sessions, you're going to stumble with how do you bounce, how do you walk the bass, how do you chord with melody, how do you chord left hand, walk bass, chord with the right hand and play melody. And it's all a product of practicing everything in its place. Walking a bass is just a matter of playing a scale, skipping notes to get to the note you want to get to, like a thinking like an actual bass player. Some bass players play two or three notes like an actual guitar player. A little bit of a struggle, I think, for them, unless because they got one of those real good, 6-string basses. But to be able to know where you're going to go before you get there, that's what a bass player does. They know where they're going before they get there, so they don't have to look at the string because they know just from the feel where they're grabbing the neck, how their hand is moving, where that note is going to be. The same thing as when I play the piano. I know where the note is going to be. So if I change a key, then I got to remap my thinking for a key change. I'm in E flat now. That's an E flat. But if I were to go to E, I missed one. I have to now remap my thinking. If I were to go to F, I have to remap my thinking of where the notes are going to be so that my hands can adequately get to that note while I'm playing. Most times, for those that are locked into, well, what number is that this part of the song? That's good for practice to get you comfortable right away. But when you go into your own practice session, for me, I never learned the number system. I learned notes, scales, chords, progressions, how they're mapped in different style songs. Testimony songs are, to me, jazz practice sessions. You're in the one, you're in the four, you're in the sharp four, you're in the five, you're in the six, you're in the two, you're in the five, you're in the one. Well, how do you want to get there? That's what practice does. Do you want to walk it? All that to get from the one, to walk up to get to the four, or go across, just straight. How quickly do you want to get there? Which means that style. Which style do you want to go to get to the four that way? That to me is the beauty of listening to other musicians who are more skilled, and I use myself as an example, than I was. My teachers or my mentors was any album I had to learn a song from. I learned how in a song they change from a one and they went down to a seven, to a three, to a six, to a five, to a one, to get to the four, to a seven, three, to a major six, and then to a two, to a five, to a one. Now that's the jazz terminology. I didn't have that bring up that a mentor to teach me that. I'm learning now as I watch jazz channels what they're talking about. But then when I look at the chords they're playing, I says, well, but you got to tell them what chords you're putting in the one. Is this in the one? 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 What chord are you putting in the one? To me, that's where I begin to what's the word I want to use? I'll say disassociate the number system from my palette of chord playing because I want to know what chord you're putting there. Don't just say this is the one, but then you're playing a chord that is not in the generic one. And I think that, for me, that is a handicap that I see a lot of musicians who come to my channel, because I'm not talking the number system. I'll talk to it for those who are still reliant on it to get them through. But I'm like, well, what does the album sound like? What do you hear in the song? Well, I'm not sure what this chord is. Okay, let me listen to it. Okay, this is a flat seven chord. Oh, what's that? Okay, count your numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Flat seven with a chord on top. That's a flat seven chord. But if you don't know what a chord is, for me to say flat seven will be like I'm speaking French uh, to a I want to assault any languages, to someone who speaks Spanish. It may sound like it's good, but if you don't understand where it is, then you won't catch the gap. 1 second, I got a phone call coming. Go, let me go on mute.
It belongs to Him. It belongs to Him. All the glory, honor, praise, and worship belongs to Him. It belongs to Him. It belongs to Him. All the glory, honor, praise, and worship belongs to Him.
Through every trial and valley, His mercy pulled me through. When I was lost in darkness, His light came shining through. To
Jesus Christ is Lord. Glory, honor, praise, and worship belongs to Him. So I'll give Him my worship, my heart, my soul, my song. For He alone is worthy. To Him all praise belongs. It belongs to Him. It belongs to Him.
7,
All the
3, 6,
glory, honor,
7, 1, drop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
belongs to
5, 1. Turn on the 7, 7, 3, 6,
honor,
7,
honor,
1, chop 1, 3, 4, 5, 1, 4. Turn on the 7 to the 6. Oh, to the 1. On the 1. So what happens here? Sorry, I had a phone call I had to take. Music is just that with me. I can hear music in any key, go to my piano, and just start playing. One second, I'm hearing something at my front door. I think it's the mailman. Yes, the mailman. I can hear the music and then begin to map chords around what I'm hearing. And that's only because, from my standpoint, I practice every day. And if I don't get a day in a practice, it doesn't hurt me. Why? Because I've got decades of practice already in place. I can listen to music in my car driving on my iPhone, or listen to a television commercial and hear the music that they're doing for the jingle, know what key it's in, and know the path of the song. Lately, everybody's using the actual four chord path in their songs. They're starting in the four, then they're going to the five, then they're going to the one, then they're going to the four. So it's four, five, the six, and the one. Lately, that is the bottom of where they got their actual melodies in. I came up in the era of the big band jingle where they had, you know, saxophones and clarinets and trumpets and bass and piano. So the music was laid out in a way that I was more comfortable with hearing. Where would run to the piano and try to learn the McDonald's jingle. You're the one. 736. You are the only reason. 6 2. Are you the one? 5 7 6 5 minus 6 on the 4, diminished chord, accentuate dominance, do it all. That's what I came up with as a youngster. Commercials where I can go, wait, but that sounds like gospel. No, it's jazz. Okay, both gospel and jazz. So this is the fun part. I know you're in an era now where music has been labeled as being so serious, especially when you're church. It's really not that serious. It's just music. You are accompanying singers, a congregation, or following through on a what they call talk music. It's just music. It is nothing sacred. There's nothing spiritual. There's nothing that elevates or deflates anything. As a musician, if it sounds sad, well, guess what? Who's it coming from? That's the only way I've always looked at playing music. Never sat down to music during my time as a church musician and played sad music. Why? Because that wasn't my job. My job was to play music that uplift those who are listening. It was not to usher in any supernatural being and then they take over. I realize that there is a conversation that is of a certain era of musicians. You can believe what you want to believe if it works for you. My era, it was music. That's all it was. The choir coming down the aisle, you play music so they're not dragging their feet. The ushers are marching around, you play music so they can swing those hips as they're walking. If you got a soloist, you accompanied the soloist style and their technique. Hopefully they didn't start in the wrong key. If they did, you let them go up there and scream themselves until they pass out, you might say. But if you had a good singer, they could tell you what key they sing in. Hopefully you knew the song. If you didn't know the song, you tell them you started and I'll catch you, provided again, of course, you knew the basics of music. And the basics are the 1, 4, 5, 6, and a potential 2 with a seventh on it to the 5. Your basic hymns, your basic songs follow that pattern. It's when you go outside of that, which is the reharmonization um, genre that's out there now, that kind of messes up the traditional sound. But I understand that. To each his own, or to each her own. Me, I just enjoy making good music. Okay, so we're going to do one more song from my playlist, and then I'm going to bring this live to a close. Thank you for spending some time with me. Let's see who we can pull up, something a little bit more up tempo. I could pull up. Okay, that version I don't like. I recorded the wrong one. Rewrote that hymn, Marching Design. I'm on an up tempo one. What we just did, I'm not worried about anything. That's a kind of up tempo. Let's get something that has a little jazz to it. Do, 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 something. Something to shout about. I like that one. I wrote that in 1995. I've got something to shout about. Jesus gave me something to shout about. Hey, welcome, Banks Music. Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm glad that I was able to be an actual resource for you. That's all that I've been looking to do, is to help musicians get past the actual stumbling point that I had as a youngster. When I would look at other musicians, this is talking when I'm 13 or 14, and I would see them play a song. I would wait to after service to go up to them and to ask them, how did you get that chord out? And they would basically look at me and say, okay, first of all, who are you? Because when you're a youngster, that's how you're looked at 13 and 14. And then you just keep working at it, and you'll be able to get better. Not it's a chord built off of a scale, and this is a major and minor, and then, hey, let me show you this. That's what I did not have. And because I did not have that coming up, my mindset said, if I ever get to the point where I can play as well as I want to, then I won't not hide anything that I'm asked from a musician. Don't know what changed on this page. I can't bring it back up to where it was. Alrighty. So we're going to, I've got something to shout about. Wrote that in 1995 for a, what do we call those? Just for a New Year's Eve night service for the choir to sing. Something to shout about, going from 1995 to 1996. Here we go. Wrong one. We go back and find the page. I clicked something wrong and it took me to another page. I've got something to shout about. Where are you? One of the later ones. That's why I got to find it at the bottom. 51 songs here created. Wait, what happened to it? Excuse me, why can't I find it now? I've got something to shout about. That's why I'm saying I. Big band. my head, I'm hearing it. Da-da-ba-da-da-da-bum, da-da-da-da-da-da. Let's stop that. So something to shout about. 2, 7, 3, 6. Now 6 normal is, that's a normal 6. That's my 6 in this chord. We need flat. That's my 2. That's the natural number. That's the natural 2. That's my 2. So that's what I wanted to hear. 5, 7, 3, 6. 3, 6. 7, 3, 6. 3, 6. Flat 2, flat 3 to the 2. And that's that 6 chord. That's that 6 chord. That is the gospel 6. That's how easy it is when you practice to hear where chords are. You pick and choose where you want to use them at. Scales and runs is the next big thing. It scales. I believe this is the jazz minor scale. Which gospel borrows? Diminished scale. Yes, there is so much. Hey, welcome, Piano Seeker. There is so much music that is hidden from the younger musicians by the older ones that did not want you to intrude on what they were working on, their brand, you might say. And I certainly did not know anything about a brand back when I was 13, 14 years old, when I would ask them to show me what they just did, and they would either stop playing or pivot to the side and hide their hands. I had said, and I think I said it earlier, when I got to the point where I could show somebody something, if they were to ask me, I would not hide my hands. They would see everything I'm doing, and then I would explain why I'm doing it. Not just this key, but this key, this key, this key, that key, that key, that key, that key, all the way down. Because the more you can grasp from a technical standpoint, then when everything else will begin to make sense. When you hear chords that are, well, they say reharmonized, when they start doing this. And you go, well, why are they doing that chord? Why? Because they want to sound different than everybody else. For me, I'm like, okay, as long as the chords match to a song, but if they're just playing chords, even for me to even do it, my ears are like, well, where is it going? Or my ears are tuned to how I play. My ears are like, where's your top note? because your top note is going to determine what chord we can select out of the many. If this is my top note, how many chords can I select from here? I can go here, 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 depending upon where I'm going to be going. So I hit the top note helps me to decipher or to discern where every note underneath the top note should be going, provided I know what key. If I'm in the key of F, I know this affects F, this affects G, it affects C, it affects E flat, it affects B flat, A flat, from a major standpoint. Major, major, major. What else affects it? G. There's another note this does major. There we go. There's the other note. So I know I have access to D flat, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat chords. So, but that came from understanding the theory behind how a chord is constructed and why it was placed in a particular song. Then I began to add that to everything else I do. So when I'm writing a song, I'm not just hearing the chords to the song. I'm looking at the lyrics of the melody going on, the lyrics to get the melody after I've decided what key I want to put it in. Then it's like, okay, it has to make sense from a basic standpoint before I start adding all the sauce on top of it. It's like building a pizza. Nobody starts cooking the pizza without the actual dough, and then the dough has got to be prepared a certain way. Can't be hard where the sauce you put on the top of it just sits there and doesn't bake into it. So everything has to be done in its order. So for me, if I'm going to be in the key of C and I just do octaves of C, I have to hear all four of these notes. Even though they're all the same note in different ranges, I can hear all the ranges. So I can go, bam, 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 bam. I say, oh, okay, I know what that is. That is a classical song. So now I know where the chords are. Minor, stay minor, or major. Don't want to go major. Minor, major on the E flat. Now, if I go to the E, C flat, or D sharp, D flat or C sharp, for those who like to be technical, straight major, and then back into a major on the C. All I did was add but now, am I in C sharp or am I in E flat? Yes, I'm in both. C minor is the same notes as E flat major. That took some understanding for me when I started learning Richard Smallwood songs. I'm like, okay, why does that sound like he's playing in C minor? No, he's playing in E flat. Oh, he's in both. C minor. B flat minor 6. Turn it around. My jazz chord. See how close they are? That one, or there it is, and walk it down. I had to hit a bass. Now I can go to the 3, 6, 2, 5, flat 6, flat 7. Now, am I in G flat or am I in B minor? B major. Which key? Is it G flat or B minor? Well, both. G flat, because these are the notes that are in B flat, in G flat rather, but they're also the same notes that are in B major. Reharmonization. Understand the scales and where the notes are found, and all of a sudden music begins to open up more to you, so that when you want to learn any song that you are presented, you start to deconstruct it. And you deconstruct it by starting at the very beginning, and the very beginning is the major scale. All right, thanks for watching Sam Tolbert Sound of Joy Music. Hey, welcome Elizabeth. Stella by Starlight. You know, there are a lot of songs I never learned because I was 100% gospel in my understanding and in my absorption, that's the word, of music. So when I begin to listen to other recordings, especially on YouTube, I'm like, I know that song. Oh, yeah, I know that song. Oh, I know that song too. I know the chords, I should say, from that song. It's just the melody I would just have to attach to it. So if I want to learn it, I go, okay, I know where it's going to change. It's going to do this, it's going to do that, but the melody is doing this. What was that song? Misty. When I went to learn Misty, I learned it how I interpreted it, but then I learned someone teaching it. I'm like, oh, that's how Misty really goes. And I incorporated the correct style. And then now I have both, two styles. In the wrong key. It's really an E flat, the Ella Fitzgerald version. Let me see. Okay, that's the correct melody. When I sit down and really think about it, I have to look at it, where the notes are. Then I can go to the chords. The 5, the 1, 5, 1, 4, stay in the 4. Now I'm in the 2-5-1 in D flat, but I'm back to B flat, 3, 6, 2, 5, 2, 5. And I can go straight down to 2 again, and then to the 5, all those chords, and then now back to my 1. And when you play songs that like gospel songs, like, what's that song? Precious Lord, Take My Hand. It's a jazz tune. It became easier for me to play that song because I thought about it. It's a jazz tune because it was created by a jazz musician. To the 3, the 6, the 2, 5. Here's where the gospel came in. That made it gospel. Through the night's diminished chord. Now the contemporary. Take my hand. -6. Precious fire. This is all jazz. But we make it gospel when we add some, minor runs and different techniques on it. That's what turns it into an actual gospel song. The approach or the additional, it's like what makes what's the difference between baked chicken and fried chicken? Well, how it's cooked. Number one, the seasoning stays the same, and adding flour to it gives it that crispy feel. So the more heat you put on it, you change the actual texture of it. That's what you do with music. If you keep it basic, you see, blessed. I am tired. I am weak. I am worn. Nice sound, but guess what? It's missing something. Nothing against the musicians of my past, but they were all cookie cutter with these type of chords in this song. Where I would look at the song and go, "Precious Lord, precious Lord, take my hand, let me stand." Diminished chord. I am 3 tired. I could go straight down if I want. I am to the 6. Drop down to the 2. I am. Stay in the 6. Go to the B flat 7. Now to the 5. And that's how I would approach it. Why? Because I have a bigger vocabulary of chords that I can pick from. Oh, you're in Paris. Thanks for watching all the way from Paris. Please look through my entire channel. I know there's 3,200 videos, but they're all placed there to help musicians around the world grasp this traditional gospel sound. I know you have, if you've been listening to the state of gospel music now, it has morphed into a genre versus the traditional sound that it birthed out of, which is anthems, spirituals, and hymns, then gospel. That is the roadmap that I've always looked at. First you had anthems, no, first you had spirituals, then you had anthems, then you had hymns, and then hymns morphed into the gospel sound. This is the Tommy Dorsey era, or those of that era. And then the contemporary gospel, which is the Hawkins introduction, Andre Crouch's, and everyone from that era of music that began to change the sound. Today's sound has been, what's the word I want to use? I want to be polite in the word I want to use. Today's sound of gospel has been sterilized. That's a better word to use. It's sterile. It took out all that fluff and stuff in it. But for those who came up in that, as I did, I miss it, which is why I'm glad I can still hear it and play it like it was, and then add my own touch to it. So if I'm doing a song that is traditional gospel, like let's see, you always want to go to who has traditional gospel? James Cleveland, I guess, is your. He was that next morphing from, I'll say, kind of a backward way, but from the Tommy Dorsey era, which was full big band jazz. James Cleveland went back to the country sound, that's what James Cleveland sound, his original sound came out, until he brought in, again, some skilled musicians. And then you got Peace Be Still. scales. I haven't played this song in that traditional style. Cherish, thou not that we perish. Into E flats. Back to A flat. That's the Vanessa Bell version. The winds and the waves shall obey. Peace be still, thy will. Don't hear this no more. Peace be still. Peace be still. Bum, 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 bum. So I can jump in between the genres, the eras without a problem, and then add my own version to it. The winds and the waves shall obey thy will. The waters, 5 waters, the 3, no, the 7 shall follow to the 6, the 3 follow. I forgot the word. Turn back to the C7. Again, this is my history. Thy will. Peace. Peace be still. Now in E flat. Peace. Walk up to the A flat. Be still. All from playing scales. I can hear the song in my head, hear the notes that are prevalent in it, and I've never played Peace Be Still in probably 30 years. But because I can hear where the notes are, it is not a problem to just, I'm sorry, I got something in the email. I can hear the actual notes that were played from the original without even listening to it. And if I want to change keys and go to G flat, A flat 7th, D flat, anyway, went a little bit further than I thought I was going to go today, but I always want to be able to share all parts of what I do. Sometimes when I do put up a short video, is to catch the attention of musicians to come to the site and see everything I have on the site. When I go live like this, it kind of gives me the opportunity to actually freelance. Means whatever pops in my head at that very moment, to show you how a disciplined practice regiment and a determination to add to, what's the word? Always try to find the correct word. A determination to retain what you've learned from every time you sit down to the piano will, all it will do is to pile on up here where it's all kept, so that these right here, there we go, get the camera right here, will know how to move. I'm looking at age 70. If the mother would say, if the Lord says the same, in the next 5 months, going into 2026, and I'm still as active musically as I was, I would say, once I got an understanding of what notes were and how to go and get them. So when you see me stumble through something, it's like, okay, where you want to go? Where is the start? Where do you want to get to from there? So when I kept going, I wasn't hearing it because I was doing, but here's what I want. Now I can put that in any key. Put that in any key. Once I know where it is I want to go. My level is very high. I will look at your channel, but your level is very high. Oh, it must be the music. I just turned it down because I was listening in my ears. There we go. Because I was switching between different modes, and for the EP piano, I've got to kick it up a little bit. But the idea is to show, first of all, you got to enjoy this. If it becomes a chore, then put it down for a second, go do something else, and come back to where you're looking and you're excited about what you're going to learn or what you're going to create. It's all about that actual creative process. And when it's gospel music, it will be 10 times better in a sense, because now you'll be able to replicate what you're hearing. Maybe not like the album. I strive for the album. I want to sound like I was one of the musicians on the album. Not everyone has to go to that extreme. I do, because what it teaches me is, if I want to do a song like this, I want to have that same technique, that same veracity of emotional playing. Because the piano is it's an actual percussion instrument. So if you're mad playing on it and you're banging on it, it's what's going to sound like it. But if you're going to play it like a concert musician does, let me see. What's that song I like to do? Moonlight Sonata. E flat, A flat, C, F minor, C major, D flat major, A flat, E flat, A flat. That won't go in the Pentecostal church. They'll think something is wrong with you if you start playing that soft. They want you to go. That is the flavor of the Pentecostal church. They want to be shocked into the music. So you have to know where you are, number one, as a church musician. If it's just playing for yourself, then it can be any style you want. But if you want to be able to grasp some of that excitement, that an emotional type of playing, look to Break Fingernails, because I was told the youngster piano players don't have fingernails. Mine I keep cut down, but if I don't cut them down, they will actually break as I'm being expressive on the instrument, not banging, but just being expressive and hitting it a certain way, the same way each time. The nails will chip and then break. So I just cut them down, and I'm good. So I'm going to bring this to a close. Longer than I anticipated being on, but it's always a pleasure to have viewers come and spend some time with me. I'm going to try and institute some more morning lives uh, in my repertoire so that I can get a natural feel for doing live sessions in the morning and not in the afternoon and just on the weekends. Some time is going to be made available to me as I do things first thing in the morning. So while I'm up, I may as well go live. I gotta work on my lighting here. Which one is this? Okay, this is too bright, so that's this one because I got sunlight coming in. This is Studio B. But thank you all for coming in. I always like to acknowledge those who have commented on the stream. Hez, Lakaya, Terrell, Banks Music, the Piano Seeker, and Elizabeth from Paris. Thank you all for spending some time with me. This will stay up because I haven't offended, I don't think, any YouTube copyrights. As I said on my last live, I did a song uh, as a short just for see if I can get some to advertise the AI creation sound, and they came after me and put a copyright strike. They took the song off and gave me a copyright strike. So I'm being walking on eggshells now what I allow to be heard on the channel. But every now and then, if it's a gospel song, I try to air a bit of it for the viewer who requested me to do a breakdown so they can see why I'm positioning chords in this manner. You really can't hear the song without the singing going along with it. But thank you all for coming. Let's take you out, I should say, on some of the AI songs, and I'll play along with some of them. So thanks for watching, and let's see what we're going to pull up to take you out and say goodbye on. Sam Tolbert, Sound of Joy, Music Lab. Thanks for watching.
Hey, you, I know it's enough to make anyone quit. Hey, you, I know it's enough to make anyone quit.